Welcome to Evolution in Controls. I'm your host, Tim Wilson. Thank you for joining us. In a typical episode, we introduce a technology or a trend or a topic that we then dissect and discuss with our guests. It's generally something that is new or something that is becoming new again because of advancements in technology. For today's episode, we're taking a slightly different approach. We are going to be talking about a success story. Recently, Evolution Motion and Bosch Rexroth joined forces to work with a customer to solve a problem. That customer, Advance, is a global leader in concrete mixers, and they invited the team of Evolution and Bosch Rexroth to work with them towards a solution to a hydraulic problem. Today, we are going to learn a bit about the journey from the problem to the solution. It's a story about the collaboration with Advance. Joining us to share the story is Mr. Rod Walker, Director of Engineering for Advance, and Mr. Mike Croy, Mobile Market Manager for Evolution. Guys, thanks very much for joining me.
Yep, glad to be having us.
You know what? Let's take a second and just introduce yourself. I gave your titles, but how long have you been in the industry? How long have you been with your company?
I've been working at Advance for 13 years. I've been in the commercial vehicle industry, though, in product development for 30 years.
Okay.
So seen a lot. So
not your first rodeo.
No,
this is not your first problem to be solved.
Nope, not at all.
Now, Mike, you've been with the company for a while. This is not your first time. This is a repeat visit for you here. But that was 4 years ago, maybe?
Yeah, I think it was 4 years ago.
Okay. How long have you been with Evolution?
I've been with Evolution 6.5 years, but I've been in the fluid power industry for about 11 years.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, thanks for joining me today. As you heard in the monologue, the opening monologue, we want to talk about the journey from a problem to a solution. So, Rod, I'm just going to kind of turn it over to you. What problem were you wanting to solve?
The predecessor hydraulic control system just wasn't meeting the customer expectations, and it was clear that it wasn't going to get there. So we needed to go a different direction.
I suppose we should say this is for a concrete mixing truck, right? There's
Correct.
a picture on the screen.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about, right?
That's the guy.
Okay. And Advance makes lots of these every year, right?
They do, yes.
And are they all front loaders? Is that?
Primarily, yes.
Primarily.
Yes. We do have a few other products, but yeah, primarily that's our main product is the product you see there on the screen.
Okay. And there was some operating characteristics of this that just weren't meeting customer expectations?
Yeah, I mean, that truck exists for that barrel. You
Okay.
know, and controlling that barrel, placing that concrete, loading the concrete, placing the concrete is critical.
Okay.
And so we needed a control system that could control it the way the drivers needed to control it.
Control it better?
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
To control it better.
Yeah.
All right. Mike, how did you get involved in this? I mean, did you get Bosch Rexroth? Did they reach out to you? How did we start on this?
Yeah, so Bosch, Rexroth, and us had worked on a smaller project there on one of their lower volume machines. And through working through that system redesign for that machine, or that was a new machine, going through that, we had started hearing rumblings internally from them that they were having issues with these larger machines too. So we got together and proposed a solution. We really tried to sit down and understand exactly what issues they had. And also we leveraged Rexroth's experience in all kinds of off-highway equipment. And we were able to put a proposal together of a system that we thought would meet the expectation.
Rod, what kind of problems, if you can deal in some specifics, is it the barrel speed wasn't right, or it wasn't fast enough? Or
like the ramp rates, the rate at which you'd increase
accelerating up to a speed,
decelerate, accelerate,
okay.
Both the speed at which it would stop.
Okay.
Those types of characteristics, we needed to make some changes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just for those that may not know, the speed of that barrel is controlled hydraulically, but it's ultimately tied to the engine of the truck, right? The diesel engine.
Correct.
Okay. So ultimately, what kind of solution did we supply?
Yeah, so we went through several proposals as we were trying to understand exactly what problem they had and how we could not just address those problems, but also kind of move the whole industry into a more advanced technology. So we ended up proposing a variable pump and a variable motor.
Now, when you say variable, you mean a variable displacement?
Yep, variable displacement closed circuit pump and then a variable displacement bent axis motor.
And by variable displacement, do you mean that it has a high and low? It has two different displacements, or do you mean that it's infinitely variable?
It's infinitely variable. There is a minimum setting. I think it's 38 cc or something.
Yeah.
But there is a minimum setting, and then we obviously go to the maximum setting of the pump.
Okay. So the pump and motor combined together make a hydrostatic transmission or hydrostatic drive system, right?
Yep, we call it like a hydrostatic drum drive.
Okay.
Mhm.
But there's also controls. I think you mentioned something about controls, right?
Yeah, so in the proposal, when we were kind of working through and trying to kind of steer Advance into the variable pump and variable motor working together, we really thought that could meet not just the needs they had now, but also in the future. The problem was the control aspect of how we control that. So we were able to leverage Bosch Rexroth's expertise in controlling pumps and motors. That's what they do. They know their products. They know how to drive them. They know the control algorithms. So we were able to leverage their expertise in that. They do that every day with the big tier 1 global OEMs. So we developed software specifically for Terex to drive this hydrostatic system the way it is.
As a team, we develop software to control this.
Yep.
Rod, you guys build this whole truck, right? You from the
Chassis up.
chassis
Absolutely.
up. You buy an engine from somebody and a transmission.
Correct.
But then all of the controls, everything on it,
That's all ours. Correct.
So what was attractive about the team of Bosch Rexroth and Evolution to come in and do this?
Well, Mike kind of hit on it. We have our engineers have expertise in, how we want the barrel to perform,
Yeah.
the user interface that we want to develop, and partnering with them allowed us to focus on that aspect of the project while they focused on the hydraulic controls. Obviously, they have expertise there,
Yeah.
and the key was getting to market fast. So, utilizing both our strengths in combination, we were able to get to market, faster than what we could have by ourselves.
You say fast. I'll ask why fast. It was a problem that needed to be corrected in the field? You needed to improve your product offering?
Yeah, we needed to make some changes. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
So define fast for me. Fast could be, 1 month. It
Right.
could be 5 years. What is fast?
A year. We were able to do it in
12
about,
months.
Yep, in about a year. Correct.
So from the time you started talking to Bosch Rexroth and Evolution until you got a prototype signed off, 12 months.
Yeah.
Mike, what were the different steps or stages that we followed? I mean, did we try out one solution? Did we try out 5 solutions? How did that go?
So we were able to leverage Rexroth's, they call it FODI, it's their drive software. So we can actually simulate with real data from all of their products.
Oh,
So we're able to simulate that.
you modeled it.
Yeah, so we modeled it. We said, this is what we think we can do with this system. We proved it in that. So we only went through one iteration of actual, pump and motor combination. We did tweak some minimum displacements and stuff like that, but we actually, Terex or Advance was nice enough to send a truck to Rexroth's facility in Fountain Inn, South Carolina.
Okay.
That's where we swapped we baselined the current or the old system. We swapped the components for Rexroth, and then we started working on the software, and then we did the testing of the Rexroth components, and then we actually brought the machine back to Fort Wayne to Advance's location, and we did kind of the fine tuning of the software there with all their engineers to make sure it operated the way they wanted it to operate.
Mm-hmm. I've been involved in collaborations before. How was this collaboration?
It was very good.
Yeah.
Mike was excellent. The Rexroth folks were excellent.
Don't say that on camera.
He paid me. So. It was a very good collaboration.
Yeah.
From just a personal perspective,
Yeah.
working together as well as technically.
Okay.
I mean, we each brought strengths, and I think it meshed well.
Yeah. I should add, you're a salesman, but you're also a hydraulic designer, hydraulic system designer, right? So were you knee deep, waist deep, neck deep in the design of this?
Yes, I will say Rexroth's drive software takes a lot of that guesswork out because
Does it?
we can pick components and switch things around without doing any hand calculating.
But if you don't know it, you can't use
Correct. You still have to know what product to
it.
apply.
Right.
But
right.
we lean on them for that drive software.
And it was really hand in glove collaboration with Evolution and Rexroth to work. And from Rod, what I'm hearing you say is that you were able to divide and conquer. You could take the stuff that you wanted to do
Yep.
and offload it to the rest of it to Evolution and Bosch Rexroth.
Exactly. Like I said, leveraging each of our strengths to make a better product.
Okay. So is it done? Is the project done? Is
Well,
there-
we are launched. We've
Okay.
been launched for over a year.
All
It's
right.
doing well. We got a lot of good reviews. So yeah, it is a success.
where you had said earlier, Mike, about lower volume. What is the kind of volume for a truck like this? Is it 100 a year? Is it 1,000 a year? or-
Approximately 600 a year.
600 a year.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, and it's been launched now and out in the field for about a year now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Feedback good. Customers loving it. Orders,
Yeah.
orders rolling in.
Yep. The user interface, the performance of the barrel. Yeah, it's been a very good launch and very good feedback.
What's next? What does the future look like? Are you done? Are you gonna put AI into the controls? What does the future look like
Well,
in 3 or 5 years from now?
Things are changing fast.
Yeah.
But, the key is we've got the foundation to build on. The variable motor that Mike talked about.
Okay.
I mean, I think we have opportunities to do something with that, do things with that we haven't even thought about.
Hadn't
yet.
even thought about it.
Yeah. So, yeah. So
Mike, you've had experience with this, right? You've got a story. What's your story about this truck?
I do.
Go on,
So,
share it with us.
So it was almost exactly 1 year from the day that I went to Fountain Inn and did the initial start of this project. It's almost 1 year after that. I had a concrete patio poured at my house. And
Okay.
being the nerd that I am, I called all the ready mix plants with some help from Advance, knowing where these new trucks were at, and I found a
So
ready mix company.
You called and searched for this exact truck
I did.
to come out to your house.
I did. And
You're
so
a nerd.
I am. I
You're
am.
a nerd. I love it.
I ordered my own concrete and
Yeah.
got to watch it be offloaded on a truck that I helped design.
So you like to talk. Did you talk to the people running the truck?
Absolutely.
Oh, so what they
And
say?
my 4-year-old son also talked to their ear off. No, the whole experience. I mean, I had to talk to the dispatcher to make sure they had a truck, and I kind of bounced around plants. So I talked to 2 dispatchers, and they both said that they loved that truck. They loved that they could charge it idle. They loved the controls of the truck. The driver that delivered it said that he really enjoyed it. He liked the user interface and how all of that, which is really what we help free up Advance's time to program. We took all out their plates so they could make those changes. But everybody's feedback was great. Even the contractors that were pouring the concrete thought that it was really cool that the truck could offload the material at that speed at a lower engine RPM.
Why is that such a big deal?
Noise pollution. A lot of these trucks, both the plants where they load, as well as where they discharge our concrete, in residential areas.
So you're not having to yell over the roar of the
Correct.
diesel engine.
And plus, they're good neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, most of these trucks have a 12-liter diesel engine, and the engine is in the rear of the vehicle. So the engine fan pulling air through the radiator
Yeah.
is that air. It moves a lot of air, so it makes
it's
a lot
loud.
of noise.
It's loud. And if you rev it, it just gets louder.
Yep, and it helps with fuel efficiency too.
So it's because of the variable displacement pump that you don't have to rev the motor, because you can change the displacement of the pump to match the RPM of the engine.
Correct, and it's really the motor too that helps with that, because we're able to, when you're loading the truck, it's a very low torque situation
Yep.
because the material is actually falling into the truck. You're not lifting the material,
Okay.
so we don't need a lot of torque. So we're able to take the motor to a much smaller displacement,
Oh.
and therefore we can spin the motor faster for each gallon of oil that we can send through the loop.
Okay.
So that's how we were able to bring that engine speed way down.
Sounds neat. In 3 or 4 or 5 years, when you're ready for the next iteration of this, will you come back on and talk with us, Ron?
Absolutely.
All right. Mike, you'll still be around. You're still young. You'll be around. Come back with us. Guys, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
To learn more about Advance and their concrete mixers, visit Terex.com. To learn more about Evolution Motion and their products and solutions, visit evolutionmotion.com. Don't forget to subscribe to Evolution in Controls on whatever platform you use for podcasts or on YouTube for a video version so you can be updated when we release new episodes. Thank you again for joining us today. I'm Tim Wilson, and remember, keep moving.